I think you must also understand where people come from. It's people, they have different perspectives, right?
Like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MattGron Talks. My name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron, and you are watching episode 158. And here I share my scaling up journey, building my company from nothing to something, and of course, with me as usual, my dear friend and the one and only Svea Malina Lanshoff.
Hi, Mattias. Welcome to MattGron Talks also from my side. And you came here because this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. And we smack into reality 3 times per week. We have different topics for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we have a whole framework in place. Mattias, do you want to take over?
Yes, we have a framework for you guys, and every Monday I share my self-development journey, growing as a human being and a leader. And then every Wednesday we talk about all the things I'm learning in the entrepreneurial process, scaling up my company. And then every Friday I share my weekly self-inventory. I share self-reflections and self-awareness, thoughts I have, things I learn, and we are also celebrating the victories. So that's the framework.
That's the framework. Thank you, Mattias. Yeah. And let's jump into our Wednesday episode for today. And let's talk business, as we usually do on Wednesdays. And last week you were sharing, I think in the Friday episode where you wrapped up the week, that you had a lot of growth calls going on. Actually, it has been going on for a while now, where you also have salary discussions, talk about bonuses and things like that. And that's what I want to talk about today. So when you have these discussions and talk salary and stuff, I'm curious how that looks like. But my first question would be here, what is actually the difference between a bonus and a raise?
Yeah, good question. I think my answer to that is we have, I would say, 2 different performance-based ways to make money or extra money. We have the salespeople, they have commissions, they get, a specific percentage depending on how much they sell. And the consultants, they have a bonus actually on top of their salary. And so I would say bonuses and commissions, they are based on your performance, which is, an outcome of actually you reaching a goal, or, actually creating some more revenue. When you sell, you get commission. And getting a raise, you first need a salary, right? So a raise is in that way. Now I'm really stretching my English here. I think the raise, the salary, you get the salary to, because you're, performing the job you are hired to do, and in that way, I think a salary is much more output, and the raise for me is like the same. It will happen automatically. Just if you just need to basically deliver the work you're hired to do. But bonus and commissions, it's more, based on performance.
Yeah.
And that's my answer.
Yeah, but that helped. The thing here, that the special dynamic between you and me is that I am just not a business person. So for me, I always have to start at the beginning to understand everything. But maybe that helps someone out there as well, who maybe also is just trying to understand.
That's my take.
Yeah. When I understand right, like bonuses and commissions are like a one-time thing then, that is connected to your performance. And a raise, isn't it also?
It doesn't need to be a bonus is, a one-time thing. But a commission as a salesperson, let's say if you close a subscription based service or software or something, I mean, then you get commission every time when the customer is paying their bill, basically. So in that way, commission, you could build up a customer portfolio, and then you have the commission as long as the customers stay. And the bonus is, I would say, in that case, let's say you reach a specific goal for that quarter or year or something like that, and then you get a bonus.
Okay, that would be lead into my next question, because when you do these bonuses, for example, so do you have like some kind of, I don't know, a list or something? So you say, okay, if this and this goal is reached and someone gets a bonus of X kronor, for example. Or how do you determine how big of a bonus, or if someone gets a bonus, like, yeah, how that looks like? How do you determine how big the bonus would be if someone gets something?
Yeah, so we have a bonus program for the consultants, and it's a quarterly bonus based on the labor utilization rate. So that's my answer. Yes, we have a bonus program.
Yeah, so the process, of course, it's iGoMoon process for everything.
Yeah, or it's more like there's a policy, like a bonus policy for the consultant role, and then we have a commission policy for the account managers, taking care of that.
And these bonuses, you said, like some of them are, or like consultants get a bonus in connection to their performance. Do you also have some kind of extras over the year, maybe that everyone is getting? I know some companies, for example, have either vacation money or some Christmas money. Do you have also something like that everyone is getting regardless?
Vacation money, like all employees in Sweden get vacation money according to the law, and so that's not a bonus. It's actually already included in the employment. So, but we don't have other specific bonus programs. We very often maybe put up like a team goal or a company goal. If we reach a specific goal, we might go to on a conference trip or something.
Yeah, but that's great. I think if you do something,
it's more like team level.
Yeah, but I think a bonus like this, or like like, what's it called? Like I forgot the word, but anyways, I think that's a nice thing, because it really fuels the team spirit as well. I think if you're like, oh, come on, like, guys, if we like push through now this month, then we're gonna get like a nice getaway with the team together, have a nice conference, like last year, for example, when we were at this nice herrgård outside of Stockholm. Yeah, I think that's a nice treat there.
Yeah.
And when you have these discussions with people, let it be raises, bonuses, whatever that is that something that people come to you over the year maybe and say, hey, Mattias, I wanted to sit down and talk about my salary? Or are these things usually reserved for these growth calls that you have?
The idea is not that everyone should come to me and talk about their salaries or their requests around the role. They have team leaders for that. And but of course, my door is always open, and people can come to me and talk about things if they want to address it straight to me. So my door is open, and I'm all ears for that if we need to change and look at something specific around that. But earlier I said that we like the commission and the bonuses. We have agreements, like policies taking care of that. So it is what it is. But the salary, now you're more talking about the raise, I think, and we have we call it a growth process, and twice a year every employee they have like a growth period when we grow when we go through the growth process. and it includes 2 different meetings. The first meeting is all about like the role, what goals you have, and collaboration and the work and stuff like that. Like where are you, and what is your like where do you see yourself in 3, 6, 12 months? And the second meeting is all about culture and behavior and attitudes and stuff like that. So and then we around your anniversary date for your employment, you also have in the beginning of the year, between January and March, you actually have a sit down regarding salaries and the raises. So it's actually there's a process for that, and of course, if someone feels they need to discuss like salaries or any benefits, I think it's a good idea to address that with your team leader. So
speaking of team leaders, I think also now I remember last week you also said that the team leaders take care of their teams, but you take care of the team leaders, right? You have these discussions with them. And when you are in these conversations, how are they for you when you're talking about possible raises or salaries? Are they challenging? Are there some challenges you have with these things, or do they usually go smooth?
I mean, one of the toughest thing as a manager, a boss, is to talk about salaries, because you need to definitely like manage expectations. I think it's one of these time when you kind of stretch that discussion. So I mean, I think that's just a natural part of being a boss, a manager, and one of the most important conversations you have to I mean, get everyone aligned in the same direction and manage thoughts and ideas around that topic. Yes.
And I also think that money is always such a sensitive topic for a lot of people. So yeah, I can imagine it's challenging. But just out of curiosity, it's more like a fun question. And so like in the last years when you've been doing that, like did you get some like unreasonable requests, or did that never happen?
I think I mean it always happened. But I think you must also understand like where people come from. It's people, they have different perspectives, right? I mean, it's a part of the game, and I think if I go back to the process, like first talking about the role and then talk about culture, behavior, and attitudes, 2 different meetings before you have the salary discussion. So if you are doing the right job as a manager, then you are actually already addressing situations that could occur in the salary discussion meeting, because when it goes wrong is often when you haven't really addressed or found out and talked about things that then hit you in the face over here. Like a really good example could be, let's say I think you are on a different level in your role, and you might think, okay, I'm really good, I'm very experienced and kind of already senior, and we don't have the same image or a perspective of where you are on your journey in the role. So it's super important to talk about that in the first meeting, and often that's why you are talking about the goals, right? Because that's a very great way to get a better understanding how you actually how you actually view your own development. So so in that way you can have these discussions, and then it will not be a huge discovery over here when we talk about the salary. So I think that's the same thing in the second meeting when you talk about behaviors, attitudes, and the culture, like are you engaged or disengaged and stuff like that. So
yeah, now while you explain it like that, I can really understand why it makes so much sense to have the salary part last, and first of all do all the reflection together and make sure you are on the same page, because I think that's way easier this way than starting with salary and then afterwards doing it. That wouldn't make sense. But yeah, now one way you're repeating it, now I really get why you do it in this specific way. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I also want to say, because I think the most important thing having these conversations is that very often when a person talk about their salary, they might look at statistics and stuff, right? And my experience is that from an entrepreneurial perspective, growing your business, I think there is a huge difference. On the journey, you need different people depending where you are on the journey. And what I think is super important is kind of recommit people to actually shows the journey we are doing.
Yeah.
Because the journey, growing a company, then you need people that really want, how should I say, the personal growth journey compared to maybe the career growth only kind of, this is my LinkedIn title. And there is a huge difference. Let's say when iGoMoon, when we have like 5 or 10 million euro, a 10 million euro revenue, then we would be in completely different a completely different stage to actually be able to pay other salaries, comparing to when we are around 2 million in revenue. If you have a role when you have an actively effect on the business versus an administration role, and that is not maybe a problem in the same way. Like a salesperson can always affect their salary and their commissions, no matter if we are a huge company or a small company, and even the consultants. In the administrative roles, that will take a little bit more time, because you need to grow with the company in a like a different way. So so that's from the entrepreneurial perspective, how you need to have open discussions about that and navigate and navigate the salary discussions.
I think in that stage where you are, you need to find people who are eager to grow together with the company. I think that might be a challenge to find these people, but I believe once you found them, you have a great team of very ambitious people who will get iGoMoon there to 1 billion euros. Who knows? Okay, Mattias, I think our time is up for today. Thank you for talking. What did we talk about? Bonuses and raises. And see you in the next one, I hope. If you guys watching like what we are doing here, then please subscribe to the channel. Like we said in the beginning, we actually do 3 episodes every week. Hit the bell so you don't miss them. And leave a comment if there's anything you would like us to talk about in another episode. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
See you in the next one. Thanks for watching MattGron Talks. Bye, guys.